YouTube, Twitter, CoinMarketCap, Discord, CoinMarketCap, Discord. Okay. About to get right, man. It's time to come back. It is that time, son. No days off, bro. We're still gonna show up no matter what. That's just how it go. Sometimes life gonna hit you hard. And what you gonna do? You gonna get back up? Come on, man. Let's see. Everyone. Oh, damn, I forgot to put it in the chat. Give me 1 second. Let me see. Copy. That's when my baby said, bow wow wow, and my heart starts pumping in. Get your groove on. Never gonna stop. Get your groove, baby. I love you. I made me to do that. I'll delete that. I need to buy me a second monitor, bro. Bro. Shout out to everybody in the stream. Make sure y'all drop a like on the stream. I'm about to start very shortly here. Just trying to set up everything. If y'all in the stream, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you from. Alright, let's get right. If y'all have any questions, if y'all want me to update any specific pair, just comment, let me know. I'm gonna start off with the main crypto trading pairs, which is Ethereum, Doge, Fartcoin, XRP, Solana, Pepe, Sui, and WIF. Update all the POIs, potential ranges, high probability range formations, potential setups. Same thing we do every single day. Nothing new, but let's get right into it. Tell me what I need. I really need Tanya. Decided to post my charts. Tell you what I need. 30-minute, we broke structure on the 30-minute, then we end up getting a higher low for a higher high. We accumulated down here, reaccumulated again. Broke structure back to bullish. Came into the supply POI, distributed. Broke structure back to bearish. I wish I could change this. I can't change it though. Got more refined supply up above. Let's see. I don't think it's really valid supply on the lower time frame. Yeah, not really no clean supply POIs, to be honest. It is a supply POI, but when you go to the lower time frame, it don't look clean. I like to have clean supply POIs on a very low time frame because it showcases the actual inefficiency. On the higher time frame, you can see like it's a fair value gap, but in reality, it's not a actual supply POI that I would like to use because it don't have the same fair value gap on the lower time frame. See how this wick closes below, then this wick goes back inside. But we are getting a reaction from the area. So you can expect to get a reaction from the area because everybody's looking at that time frame. Yeah, I don't see no clean supply POIs. What I would look at is probably, yeah, I'll just keep this on my chart, but I wouldn't put too much emphasis. So if y'all see me with a supply POI or a demand POI and it's like lighter, that means I'm not putting too much importance on it, but I'm aware of it. Coming down here, we kind of accumulated at the lows. This could be the start of some type of range potentially. Our market structure high is way up here on the lower time frame. We have this demand POI that got left behind, this 1 minute order block, and we also have this demand, but it's on the lower time frame, so you don't gotta put too much emphasis on it. Oh shoot, I didn't mean to do that. These are actual like demand blocks. These are beautiful. See, when you see on the low time frame, you actually have that inefficiency. These are the blocks that you want to use in confluence with your high probability setups. You gotta move up and create a market structure, and you creating demand on the way up. Well, right here. So this would be your structure demand that you can use for a potential reaction coming back into it. A nice demand POI that's backed by some nice lows, nice sell side liquidity. So we're gonna see what happens coming into that POI. See if we get an actual reaction from it. Total updated, though it's not really too much to update. Right now we just create a higher low for a higher high. Came into a supply POI, rejected, distributed, had a nice distribution schematic. Broke structure aggressively, spent a little bit of time, but then immediately accumulated to go higher. Is it to create a lower high for a lower low? We'll find out pretty soon. But this reaction, it could be temporary. Like I said, it's not even really a nice supply POI in my opinion. So totals updated. Not too much to do here. Let's go to USDT. We disrespected this demand POI, but we gotta see what happens after disrespecting it. because sometimes that demand POI gets disrespected just to grab liquidity and then go higher. And then we also have another. We have another. Overall, I'm expecting this to have a full rotation. USDT dominance to have a full rotation towards this low, 4.59, until proven otherwise. Like we get some high probability like mid time frame accumulation schematic, it could give us enough fuel to continue going higher, because overall we are supposed to be going higher overall. If you look at the higher time frame, go to the daily. So on the daily, technically speaking, we should have a rotation towards this high, 6.80, which is the technical target of this high time frame accumulation schematic. We ended up even accumulating down here, coming into our most extreme demand POI, and we had that aggressive move higher, and now we kind of slowly grinding up, but we created a nice range, and we kind of have a confirmed distribution schematic where your tap 1 and your tap 2 are kind of close, right? So if you look at the higher time frame, it's not even really a valid third tap, because you don't have that 2 consecutive bearish. You don't have that let me show you. So right here, you don't have price coming up, creating that second tap, and then you actually having market structure towards the downside, and then coming back up, grabbing that buy side liquidity, and then breaking structure back to bearish. You don't have that on the higher time frame, but you do have it on the lower time frame. And that lower time frame would be, let's see, 4 hour, 3 hour, 2 hour, 1 hour. So you see it right here. We have it on the 2 hour, where you have that actual market structure, and then you come back up and you grab extreme liquidity and you tap into extreme supply, and you break structure back to bearish. Expectation order flow is a lower high for a lower low. That's what we ended up getting, which is perfect. Extra confluence, and gives you the conviction that this model can play out, and that would correlate to BTC just going higher, even though BTC is not really in the confirmed accumulation schematic. So until proven otherwise, I will continue to expect BTC to go higher. We have some supply POIs that got created on the aggressive expansion towards the downside. On the aggressive expansion towards the downside. Right now, we are having a reaction from this demand POI right here, and we grab sell side liquidity. So it's going to be very important to see what we do here. Oh my gosh, bro. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'll be right back.
I'm at the new job right now at work.
I'm back, chat. All right, let's see. So yeah, we have supply being created on the move up. We can set that alert right there. That's nice. Kind of has some type of low time frame accumulation schematic down here at the lows. Looking at our market structure. Whenever in a downtrend, you always put your range from bottom to top. Yep. Nice. Nice accumulation schematic at the lows. Coming into a demand POI. So now, what's very important is to see what we do coming into this demand POI. If we disrespect it, then that means more than likely market makers are not filling their long positions. But this should be considered a market maker demand. So just be careful, be aware, see what happens if we mitigate this. And it's better to look at the more extreme demand POI. So let's see what that would be. The more extreme it would be, right? It's not really a clean demand POI, to be honest. You'll have to use this as your demand. Yeah. I'm gonna go to the 1 minute, see what's on the 1 minute. It's just sell side liquidity. This is not market maker demand. This is just a demand chain. Market maker demand is the demand created on your third tap. So let's see, do we have any demand that got created on the third tap? It's not even valid. Not valid. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not seeing no valid demand except for right here. This is our more extreme demand. These last 2, 4, 6, almost 7 candles, maybe 10-minute order block. No, 5 minute, 3 minutes, 2 minutes. Okay, so 2 minute structured demand. We got these 3 bearish consecutive candles before the aggressive expansion towards the upside, leave and inefficiency. And as y'all can see, we came, but we didn't mitigate it. So in this case, you can use this as your extreme demand or market maker demand, because this is a valid accumulation schematic. It's a low time frame schematic. The range was valid on the 30 minute, and this range was about 13 hours, 14 hours to complete. So yeah, this is our market maker demand. It's gonna be important to see what happens coming into these levels. We can set an alert on this market maker demand POI. And yeah, USDT is updated. Not too much to look at overall until we start to aggressively like expand towards the upside and disrespect these supply POIs, right? Then I'm still gonna continue to look at this as a confirmed distribution schematic. So I'm just gonna put this right here. We can go to the lower time frame, the 15. All right, total is clean. Let me actually post these charts. Yo, what's good, Frodo? I be about to call you Fredo, bro. Hey, bro, it's Frodo though. I never heard nobody name Frodo. I don't know if that's like a name where you from or like how you got that name, but it's kind of different. I be wanting to say Fredo every time. All right, I'm gonna update these charts as I continue to update them. I'm gonna post them. I'm gonna say as I continue to update them. That way, we working. We gotta continue working. I need a third monitor though. I'm not gonna lie. I definitely need to get me a third monitor. I always give my monitors away, bro. I give all my monitors away. I could go get a monitor that's in the garage. It's like I think it's in the garage, but it's like a long monitor. But it's all good. Let's see. I'm gonna update these charts in the Discord. Put this right here. Put this right here. We're gonna full screen this. Boom. YouTube right there. Discord X coin market cap. Okay. Let me update these charts. Actually, I can put this over here so y'all can actually see what I'm doing. That'd be different. Yeah, I'll do that. Okay. This is what I do. You feel me? Y'all be like, y'all see me posting all my charts and stuff, bro. This is exactly what I do. I probably like it's nothing much to it. These are the high probability POIs for USDT or total one, and for USDT so far. Then I send it inside my Telegram, and then I post it inside my chat in the TCT community. Really, I want to start posting it in the entire community, the POIs, but I always just do it in my altcoins. And if you're not in the VIP, then you can look at it on my X or in the Telegram, the free Telegram. So yeah, let's go ahead and copy image. Boom. Crypto analysis. Okay. For that, the technical analysis. Then post this one. Okay. Totals updated. Got USDT. USDT dominance. Until we start to disrespect our supply POIs and create let me see, what is it? 4.6. Okay. USDT clear. I just delete that. They came from nothing, but still they gonna hate. The Vibe Marketer, what's good, brother? Jumped in late. Hey, you ain't never late, brother. You just on time. Get Samsung Odyssey G9 best monitor I've used for trading, not OLED. Okay, bet. Let me search that up. Actually, I'm finna search that up so I can see which monitor you talking about. Is it a it's like a regular monitor or is it like a ultra wide? Ah, shoot, I'm tripping. Hold on, I'm tripping. Hold on, chat. We gotta delete this. Yeah, we gotta delete this. Copy. We gotta put this in majors. We put it in the wrong spot. Okay. Since this is market maker demand, I just want to showcase that in the picture actually. There we go. I might delete this one real quick. There we go. I'll just update it. This should showcase the market maker demand. Okay. Before I update BTC, let me look at this. Samsung Odyssey G9. Oh damn. Is it this one? The ultra wide? Ultra wide 32.9? This don't look tough, I'm not gonna lie. Oh my gosh, this look tough. This is something that I actually need to get, bro. I could have invested in this already, bro. Cause I actually wanted the ultra wide. But I'm glad that you just recommended this, cause I'm definitely finna look into it. And it's $900. Not bad. 240 hertz. Dang, that junk look hard. Okay, bet. I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna keep that tab open. Or matter of fact, I'm gonna bookmark this. Add it to my shopping list. Yeah. Okay, bet. I appreciate that, brother. Definitely finna check that out because it look clean. Appreciate everybody in the stream. Make sure y'all drop a like if y'all haven't yet. Let's update BTC. See what BTC doing. So overall, like I said, USDT is in the confirmed distribution schematic, but our second and third tap is a little bit close. But right now, we're respecting the downtrend. We're having aggressive expansions toward the downside, right? not showing any signs of price reversing as of right now. We're doing exactly what we should be doing if you want to see a rotation towards this low. So why does this, okay, I'm about to say where's market maker demand. So yeah, right now it's doing exactly what it's supposed to do, and we're creating supply on the left side of us too. You could use these supply PORs. We could always come back up and tap into this supply. If it's valid on the lower time frame. Let me actually double check real quick before we go to BTC. I can't replay more. I hate that. Yeah, it looks valid on the lower time frame. Until you get to that. So this is a supply POR that I'll put on my chart, but not put too much emphasis on it, just because you don't have the actual inefficiency on the lower time frame. Yep. So USDT clean. Okay, BTC. I think we distributed up here. Oh no. Did we have an internal distribution? Sometimes that happened where you had that internal distribution. This a naked low, because we don't have no distribution schematic up here. We just had a move into the supply, and then we kind of tried to slowly grind up before dumping. And I think we mitigated demand to the left right here. So on the lower time frame, let's see what that looks like. So we mitigated, what's the high of this candle? 104,649.9, 104,560. This one is 649, this one is 560, or 652. Okay, so this is higher. So this is probably a 5-minute order block. Yep. So we got a 5-minute order block. This last bearish candle before the aggressive expansion, leaving inefficiency. This fair value gap. Nice place to get a reaction from. And that's what we got right now. I would say that this is liquidity. We got triple highs up here. You have 1, 2, and then 3. So that's nice liquidity that we could come back for. It doesn't have to be immediately. It could be right now that we come back for it, since we did bounce from this demand. But price could always start to accumulate or create a range right here. Just have to be patient. Let's actually chop this down one more time so I can double check and make sure everything looking clean. Pull this liquidity over. I'll keep it close. I'll probably move it to Wednesday. I don't think this liquidity stays here for long, honestly. Let's start on 4 hour, 3 hour, 2 hour, 1 hour structure. We don't have 2 consecutive bullish candles. It's hard to look at this as a range. Very, very hard. We didn't break market structure back to bearish yet. Our market structure low would be this low. This is our market structure low. Lower time frame though, 15-minute. What's our higher time frame market structure? 2 hour, 1 hour. Okay, so that's our 15-minute, and then this is our hourly. If we want to say that BTC is trying to reverse or showing signs of a potential reversal, we need to start breaking this 1 hour market structure low and disrespecting these demand POIs. But until we lose this demand POI, I would continue to think BTC is going to move higher, because this is a 2 hour market structure high, and this is the most, like, probably the best demand POI that we have. BTC can always come down and grab these lows, right? Accumulate from down here before going higher. It don't immediately have to just push higher. So you want to be objective and make sure you trading your models. Just trade your high probability models when they present themselves. But let's see. I'm going to try to see if I can chop this down a little bit more. Yeah. Alright. Because from the low up, you have a high, a low, and then you have a higher low for a higher high right here. Actually, it's not 2 consecutive bullish candles. Is this a bullish candle? Nah. We might not even have actual hour. It might be a 45. Nope, not a 45. 30-minute. Okay, so we got a high and then 2 consecutive bearish candles. Okay, so this is our 30-minute. So we only have a hourly and a 30-minute, because we don't have 2 consecutive bullish candles on the hourly. If y'all look at the hourly, we don't have 2 consecutive bullish candles right here. We have one, and then we have like this doji candle. I think this is a graveyard. Let me double check. Yeah, so it's kind of like a graveyard, kind of a doji graveyard. If y'all can see right here. Oh, it's a gravestone, not graveyard. Gravestone, doji candle. That's kind of what we have. So we have 15-minute and 30-minute market structure. The most important market structure lows. I would just I'll keep both of these on the chart. There's no need to have both of them, but I'll just keep them on the chart just cause. Or matter of fact, I'll just keep the 30-minute on the chart. Alright, BTC updated. It's not really too much to look at from BTC. We're not in no high probability range creation. Can't really try to trade BTC right now. You might end up just getting chopped up, right? So trade your altcoins in confluence with expecting BTC to go higher. And if you get high probability setups, just trade them individually as of right now, because it's not too much to look at on BTC. So I'm going to update these charts on my X real quick. Discord and coin market cap. BTC, high probability POIs, no high probability range formation. Expect higher prices until we start to disrespect our demand POIs below and break our 2 hour market structure low. Because on BTC, let's see, so looking at our market structure, Yeah, we create a higher low for a higher high right now. But then if you break this leg down from bottom to top, you got a high, you got a low. Dang, you end up getting, you end up breaking structure back to bears, but you just really accumulate it. You accumulate it and then you pushed higher. Looking at your red market structure. So until we start to lose this level, I'm going to continue to expect BTC to go higher. Yeah. So until we start to lose 101.2975. Until we start to end break structure below. Okay. BTC clear. Shout out to everybody in the stream. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Pretty soon I'm gonna be streaming every single week, every day of the week, putting in that work, making sure I help everybody learn how I trade, how they can improve their trading, and just how I go about finding these high probability setups. My main thing is just correcting my risk management, right? That's my main thing, because I can have like a 30-20 RR setup, but if next trade I over leverage and I over risk, I can lose that all. You know, you can lose it all within the next 2-3 trades because you're not managing your risk. But if I risk 1% each trade, then I have no worries. I should never have to worry about losing a funded account again. So BTC is clear, forward, technical analysis. Then coin market cap. I might start promoting my X on here, bro. Okay, BTC updated. Now let's go through our main crypto trading pairs. We have Ethereum. What time is it? It's almost 11. Okay. We have Ethereum. What is Ethereum doing? Let's move these POIs over. I wouldn't expect BTC to, if we come down on Ethereum, that means BTC is gonna actually make a valid third tap, and we probably end up sweeping this low. But I don't know. Let me see. This has been 24 days, so it would need to happen like probably soon. I don't know. I wouldn't expect a model one. If we start to go lower and we start to come towards this demand POI, I wouldn't use this as my starting point no more. Because normally when you had that very aggressive expansion towards the downside, normally that's not your starting point of your range. Normally, but we used it as our starting point to find that distribution schematic. Where is it at? Right here. That's how we found this setup right here. So then distribution schematics can go over into accumulation schematic. But if we start to lose this low, then I probably just pull my range pull differently. I start to pull it depending on how it comes down. I'll just pull it from there. I use a whole different totally range pull. Maybe I pull it from here, from low to high. This be your second tap, this be your third tap, and then you get the higher low for the higher high to expand aggressively towards the upside. And at this point, everybody think we actually going into a bear market because we kind of start to lose this low right here, potentially, or we continue to push higher and complete the move up, and USDT complete the move down towards 4.6. Yeah. And that maybe allows Ethereum to create a third tap coming into this demand, or maybe tapping into or grab extreme liquidity. We'll see though. We just gotta trade. We gotta trade the information or the data that we get. Can't really think. We can try to think ahead, but I mean, sometimes it's good to just stay in the present moment and not think too far ahead. Right? It's good to stay 5 steps ahead though, because anything can happen, and you don't want to really just be biased, right? You got some people who just be like bullish, 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 and they can be just, you know, lower highs, lower lows, and they still call them bullish, and it's like, bro, what are you looking at? You know, like, I don't know. I don't know, bro. I don't know what people be looking at nowadays. I'm gonna move this to Wednesday. Let me see, Wednesday right here. I'm gonna actually keep this up here. I'm just moving that to Wednesday, so when I post my chart, you can see that it's a liquidity POI. But as far as Ethereum, I don't really see no high probability range creation as of right now. We don't really have no market structure until we get to the 15-minute. So we have a higher low for a higher high, and then a higher low for a higher high. So this is your market structure low. This would be your 15-minute market structure low. But we now have all this buy-side liquidity on the move down. So in order for that buy-side liquidity to get respected, we want to see price respect this supply right here that got created on the before the aggressive expansion towards the downside. Somebody just text me. And we are near that trend line. If y'all know, Ethereum has been like just respecting this trend line for the longest. So I keep it on my chart, but I have it like highlighted really low. But just this downtrend, we always have some type of reaction when we come into this this downtrend, and then we have this uptrend market trend line. So you could put that on your chart if you want to. Equal highs, equal liquidity. We swept that. Okay, bye. We got equal liquidity, and then we got all-time highs. ATH. So going back to the 15-minute. Yeah, we have nothing but buy-side liquidity. This was a demand POI. It got disrespected. Normally when I have a demand POI and we smash through it, I start to look at that demand POI as a liquidity grab if we get a reaction from it. Right here we got a reaction from it. Let's actually see where we reacted from. Okay. So nothing significant. And then on top of that, this demand POI that I had drawn out is not even a valid demand POI. This is a valid demand POI right here. That had liquidity below, and we ended up grabbing that liquidity. So I would look at this as just a liquidity grab as of right now, and not really price disrespecting the demand, because it really wasn't no demand for. Or actually, we bounced from it. Oh no, we didn't bounce from it. I thought we bounced from it right there. Yeah. Do we have demand being created? No. Let's see, do we have any high probability range creations? Not that I can see. Nothing significant right now. We have liquidity at the highs. This supply POI is not valid. We don't really have no valid supply POIs. We have one right here, but we already mitigated, so it's nothing but supply above or liquidity above. No supply being created, which is not a good thing, because when we get a high, well, it's a good thing for us if we trade our high probability accumulation schematics, because then we can extend our target towards these highs, because there's nothing holding price from going and taking this high right here. So this high is going to be a target on Ethereum when we get that next high probability accumulation schematic. Definitely. So let's see. This is our market structure high. Yeah. Do we have any more demand POIs below? We have this demand right here. I think that's all the demand we have. Yeah, no more demand POIs. This is not really a valid demand POI. This is our most valid demand POI, I think. Let's see, what is this? Is it an hourly block? No. 30-minute, 15, 10-minute, 5-minute, 3-minute. Okay, so this is 3-minute structure demand. All these bearish candles before the aggressive move higher. And is it overlapped by demand right here? Overlapped by this demand POI right here. And it's kind of like a demand chain. Right here we mitigated that demand. And then, yeah. So we kind of had like a low time frame demand chain. Let's see, extend this. Okay. I could actually extend that. So this is what we're looking at on Ethereum. Nothing much to look at right now, actually, bro. We need more time. Price needs time to develop on Ethereum, bro. Maybe this goes into some type of range, though. Because right here, we have 2 consecutive bullish candles, but we don't have 2 consecutive bearish candles. So this entire move is just one move down. You got your lower high for the lower low. And then right here, you could be creating a lower high. And if we come down here and we sweep this low, we can look at this as a new range creation. Actually, it's a confirmed range right now. So we do have a confirmed range because we tapping into the equilibrium right now. It's just on the move down. Are we coming down slowly, or are we creating supply? And right now it looks as if we are creating supply. Let's see. We have this supply right here, which if we get a high probability accumulation schematic, this supply is not going to matter. This supply is not going to matter at all, because price is intended to go sweep this high right here, and maybe this market structure high, or maybe we create some type of distribution schematic sweeping this market structure high, and then that would be nice too, because we don't have demand being created below, so we can have an easy rotation towards this liquidity and this demand POI. So maybe we get something like we start to fart around, you know, consolidate, we come up, come down, and then we sweep this market structure high, right? But we never actually break it, come back inside our range, get that pullback, grab extreme liquidity, and then boom, make a rotation back down. Because there's no need to go higher. If we start to go higher, I think we just squeeze. There's nothing but buy side liquidity. We don't really have no supply above. You could say that this is like a low time frame supply POI, maybe like 30-minute, 15-minute. I mean, 30-second, 15-second. And price could easily come up there, because looking at our DL tool, it's within the DL tool. But yeah, price need more time to develop. Like, this is a supply POI on the lower time frame more than likely, because you can just see like the potential structure right there. I don't have 15 and 30-second, but yeah, this is what we're looking at right now. They actually changed this to blue, so I think we either have some type of accumulation schematic down here or distribution schematic, right? We broke structure back to, well, we kind of broke structure back to bearish, kinda. But if we end up redistributing, that confirms that this was a breaker structure and price is intended to go lower. If that happens, that means BTC gonna go lower right here and maybe start to mitigate some more demand before going higher. USDT maybe go higher, mitigate supply before going lower, potentially. You just need more time to develop. So I like Ethereum actually. This looks clean. This is a beautiful target. Maybe we get something like this. This would be a nice trade if we get it. Okay. But Ethereum updated, it's not really too much to look at. We either get a distribution schematic or we continue to go lower, right? And we maybe potentially can find some type of accumulation schematic. Coming into this demand down here. Something like that. Two potential scenarios that we can be looking at. So Ethereum's updated. Ooh, we having an aggressive move right now. I was for to say we could have some type of accumulation schematic, but price got it moving right now, bro. Dang, hold on, what's going on? Let me check this out real quick. Did we bounce from something? We didn't bounce from nothing. We don't have no demand. We just grabbed liquidity. I'm still gonna post a potential idea because it still can develop like that. But we just pull our range. We gotta see what happens. But I'll post it still. Ethereum. No high probability PORs. We could potentially start to see price develop into a high probability range where we can either trade the distribution schematic towards lower prices or the accumulation schematic towards the our liquidity target, rest and above. Patiently wait for your high probability model to present itself. Yeah. That's what we looking at, baby. Ethereum could potentially go over into some type of high probability range. We'll see. What the freak? What did I just post that at? I posted here. Oh, delete. So TDT, I posted it, and then TCT. Forward technical analysis, coin market cap. Okay, Ethereum is clear. Not too much to look at as of right now. Just gotta be patient. Yeah. And then I'll post this also. I'm gonna keep an eye out on ETH because if I get the proper model, I'm not gonna lie, I'll be back in another funded account. I will be back in another funded account, bro. You get a beautiful accumulation schematic, bro. You definitely target this high and pass your eval off that one trade. It's that simple, especially with BTC order flow objective being higher. Because USDT is in the confirmed distribution schematic, if you get the proper accumulation schematic, you can easily take that. Easily take that all the way towards that liquidity POI. So I keep that chart open. I like Ethereum. Let's look at Doge. I don't have that much time. I don't know if I might not be able to update all charts. I'll probably end up hopping back on later. And I'll just update the charts, but I probably won't stream. But it's all good. Are we in a range right now? Did we break market structure back to bullish yet? 3-hour market structure. Lower high for a lower low. And then we broke structure back to bullish. So this is our 3-hour market structure. 3-hour market structure back to bullish. And then we had an aggressive move towards the upside. This is a valid range pull right now on Doge, where you pull your range from top to bottom. Pull this till Wednesday. Okay. And we coming into this demand POI, which is nice. Now we gotta look for our third type POIs. Did we reject from a refined supply POI to our left? This is, we actually did. Okay, perfect. So we have this supply right here, or not right there, right here. Let's see what, this is a 30-minute order block. Let's see, 3 hour, 2 hour, 1 hour, 45 minute, 30, 15, 10, 5. Okay, so 5 minute. This is just one move up because you don't have 2 consecutive bearish candles. So this is structure supply, and we had this liquidity right here. If we go to the 1 minute, y'all can see that it's valid. It's actually valid. You don't have no type of candles mitigating it. So this is the supply POIs that you want to use and confluence with your setups. And as far as the liquidity POI, I'm gonna put that one right there just to see what happened. And then you can also use this liquidity right here. So let's see. Exit replay mode. Go to a higher time frame. You got liquidity right there. Okay, you don't need this one. I was going to use this one if it actually grabbed liquidity from our initial range high, but there's no need to use that one because you have that one up above. So now that we mitigated this, I need to look for our third type POIs for a potential model 1 and for a model for a potential model 2. Because for a potential model 1, I would probably prefer to get a model 2. We have nothing but buy side liquidity above. We do have supply above right here on the lower time frame. I'm just gonna go to replay mode real quick and make sure this is valid. First off, let me mark out this liquidity POI right here, and then go to the lower time frame. Let's see. Yeah, so this is valid structure supply right here before the aggressive expansion. If we do have a model 1, I would prefer if it would tap into this supply. Or, yeah, I mean, it would be better if it tapped into that supply. Let's see. Let's see where our POIs are for a potential model 2. Time displacement between tap 1 and tap 2 is 2 days and 6 hours. So we have about till 7 o'clock on Wednesday for this to get confirmed and have a proper time displacement. Now, can it take longer? Yes, it could take longer if it continues to have a nice slow grind up, have a nice sell side liquidity. It could take longer, but this is the ideal time where you want this model to get confirmed. Right now, we just came down, we mitigated this demand POI that I had marked out, which is pretty good. And if we continue to get that slow grind up without leaving too much demand below, then we can expect for a full rotation back down with the right confirmations. And let's see what those confirmations would be. It looked like we already deviated the range high, but on a higher time frame, this valid, let me see. So this is a valid 3-hour range. So on a higher time frame, this is just one deviation right now. Let's see where our third type POIs are. So going to the lower time frame, your liquidity POI is just gonna be that first lower high for lower low, which would be right here. To be honest, if you take out that high, more than likely you take out that high, right? But I'm gonna keep it on my chart because it's always important to know which liquidity POI is your extreme liquidity POI, because that is the most valid one, because then it gives price like the fuel needed and there's no reason to go higher. But the better POI would be this one right here, to be honest. But you already grabbed it right here. Huh. You grabbed it already, okay. You grabbed it and then you create a lower high for lower low. I'm grabbing this one. Let's see. 1, 2, but you do have just lower highs up here. So that's why a model 1 would be better. A model 1 would be nice. Grabbing liquidity, tapping into this more refined supply POI nobody's probably looking at. And then you get the confirmation. Or this could already be confirmed. It could already be confirmed because you did deviate the high already. You deviated the high once right here. And then you had structure. You actually have structure. You got a lower high for a lower low. And then you came back up, grabbed that high once more. And then, but you're not breaking structure. You will have to break structure. Let's see. Did you break structure? You would need to break structure right here. And we SFP'd that low. And then we broke structure right here. So could this already be a confirmed model? Yes. This actually could be a confirmed model potentially. But I would prefer for it to just come back up and create a valid high time frame third tap. That way you had the conviction to take the trade. I didn't mean to do that. Boom. But yeah, this could be confirmed. This is not a setup that you want to take with this being your 1, this being your 2, this being your 3. Like you don't really have no type of nice return to zone. And right here you accumulated, like you went higher. And you had demand, you had room for error. So you really wouldn't enter right here anyways. Like nobody would enter right here with their stop above here, which is your third tap, which is the invalidation, to target this low. It's a 2.35% gain, but it don't give you the opportunity to de-risk your position. So technically speaking, it's not worth it. Kalichi, what's good, brother? Yo, I say yo. So this could be like an entry if you were like, I'm gonna give it a shot. If you are expecting BTC to, because it got confirmed when, say this is a valid model and it's technically supposed to rotate down. It got confirmed at 625, and at 625 on BTC, what was happening? How could you have used majors and confluence? I'll go to the 5-minute. So at 625, 625 was right here. USDT, what happened at 625? 625 right here. At 625 right here, you kind of was like confirming an accumulation schematic. So with this confirmation, that could have given you the confluence to take the Ethereum short or the Doge short if you wanted to. There's no supply being created to protect price from coming towards your stop loss. Let's see. Do we have supply being created? Okay, we do have supply being created. Yeah, your confirmation would have been like right here. You would have had to enter right here. And then I guess you can say, okay, I'm gonna put my stop loss right here. But this is not a trade that I would take, to be honest. Could it play out? Yes. It definitely could play out. This is kind of sketchy. A little sketchy, man. Cause it looks clean, low key. I'm not gonna lie. It does look kind of clean. What you want to see is what price does coming into this supply right here. This is like your last supply POI. So if you wanted to, if you did take this trade, say you took this trade, you'll be at 1.3 at this demand POI. I mean, you can take this trade. Nothing wrong with taking it, but it's like if you take this trade, just move your stop loss to break even, because it's not worth losing money on. Especially with demand being right here, it's like I would prefer to see price come up, mitigate this supply. I meant to say supply, not demand. I would prefer price to just reject from this supply. So I would just put my stop loss above this high, and you're not risking that much no more. Or you can, like, if you actually believe and have conviction in this trade playing out, you can put it up one more, or put it trail it one lower high above. But then again, price could come all yeah. You would just get stopped out and look for a re-entry. There is supply up here that got created. Yeah, this is a little sketchy. Hold on, I'm trying to see what's happening though, cause it's like this could be an actual. It could play out, but it's so sketchy. Dang, this could play out. You wouldn't be able to move your stop loss. Did we mitigate this supply? I think we mitigated this. Yeah, that's a mitigation. So you would use this as your supply POI, and then you have more refined supply up above. So technically speaking, price shouldn't stop you out if your stop loss is up here, if this model is actually going to play out. Because market maker is going to push price lower if it comes back towards these POIs. And this would be your 1. This would be your 2. And this would be your 3. And right now you're seeing LPS where you grabbing liquidity, breaking structure. You come back up, you grab liquidity, and then you break structure. It's just that return to zone. You kind of had to return to zone, I guess you can say. Not really. Huh. This is a 3% gain. And maybe this 3-hour mark, maybe this 3-hour breaker structure is just, maybe you distribute to come back and test this level. And let's look at the volume profile for this range. See where it's at. If you got the volume area high back by like the supply, that's nice. This is actually interesting. See, when you got to think this hard, you might not want to take this trade. If you got to think this hard, it's like, yeah. I'm thinking this hard because it's like, I'm actually seeing it after it already like kind of happened. But in the moment, maybe I could have pulled the trigger on this. But it's like, it's not the highest probability setup, to be honest. To be honest, let me see, because this is your if this was its own range, say this is your own, this is a model by itself. If this is your 1, this is your 2, and this is your 3 right here, where you grabbed extreme liquidity and then broke structure back to bears. Let's see if we broke structure right there. So where you grab it, well, you didn't even grab extreme liquidity. That's the thing. Extreme liquidity is still up above. Yeah, you didn't grab extreme liquidity. So this wouldn't be a valid tap. But did you mitigate supply? You did not mitigate extreme supply either. Huh. This is supply right here. But you closed below it and then you came up immediately. I would look for, we could potentially look for some type of redistribution, a high probability redistribution, and then we can get us an entry. But I wouldn't even be trying to find an entry right now, or I wouldn't have entered right here. I'm not gonna lie, just cause mostly I look for the extreme liquidity POIs. So this is the extreme liquidity POI for a valid third tap. So if we just continue to come higher, leaving higher lows below, right? And then we come up for a valid third tap right here, that's when I'll take that trade. That's when I'll enter that trade. I'm going to keep this on my chart because I kind of want to see if this plays out. That play out, that's going to be tough. And you can just use it as like a learning, a lesson. But yeah, right now, this is what we're looking at. I guess you could say this is a confirmed model, to be honest. Not going to lie. This is a confirmed model if you look at this as a 1, this as a 2, and this as a 3 on the lower time frame. But price can always go over into a higher time frame. But at the moment that this trade got confirmed, you had USDT confirming this low time frame accumulation schematic. So that could have gave you the conviction that, okay, I'm going to take this Doge short at the same time that USDT is confirming a distribute or an accumulation schematic. And yeah, let's see, pull that out one more time. And then on top of that, you have supply being created that can protect price from coming towards your stop loss. I guess you could have took this actually. It's just like price can always go over and create a higher time frame valid third tap. So you just have to be aware of that. Because this is just one deviation. You don't have two consecutive bearish candles right here. So this is just one move up. Looking at your market structure, you have a low, you have one move up, and then you got two consecutive bearish candles now. So this could be to go up again, grab extreme liquidity, or mitigate this supply up here, right, for a model 1 or a potential model 2. And then you can get the lower high for the lower low, or you get the higher low for the lower low. So you just got to be aware of that. But you can take this trade. If you are to take this trade, I wouldn't risk 1% on it. I would probably risk like 0.5 or 0.3. 0.5, 0.3. And, you know, just if you end up winning off of this trade, say this trade does play out, then 0.3, what is that? So 0.3 times 3.13. So you'll make almost 1%. So then your next high probability setup, you can risk 1.5 or you can risk like 2%. So that's the main thing, bro. I'm finna really lock in on my risk management because my TA is perfect. I know how to find setups easily, right? It's just I need to manage my risk more properly. My risk management is terrible. Once I correct that, bro, it's over with. I won't have no worries when it comes to trading. But I think this low-key might play out low-key. If this candle starts to close bullish in the next 30 minutes, then this is going to be a nice bottom. with this nice bottom. I think this bottom be protected until if we disrespect this supply POI, I think we continue to go higher, and then we have another level of resistance. But it could be a nice bottom right now. A nice 2-hour bottom if we close back bullish. Let's see. Yeah, this sketchy. And the way you coming down, you leaving these lower highs above too. What I'm gonna do is I'll pull my range from bottom to top. I'll look at this as a new range. And it's inside the premium section, and we got supply above. Or we get a high probability distribution schematic, you can take that. So not entering right here is cool because you're not 100% sure that this low time frame model is gonna play out. But now that we creating some type of high probability range potentially, if you get the right confirmation, say you come up, what time is it? 2 o'clock. You deviate that high, you come down, and then you come back up, and you get your confirmation. Then you can take that and you get that refined entry for the high time frame target. So this is something that I would be interested in taking, since if you didn't get this entry right here and you didn't have the conviction to take it, then you could just try to look for a redistribution schematic. I'm finna post this. Post Doge. What time is it? 11:35. But Doge kinda, I don't know, that distribution looks hella clean, bro. That's crazy. It looks hella clean. I'm not gonna lie. Alright. Post this. Boom. Boom. Post that one. Then I'm gonna go down to a lower time frame. Maybe the 10-minute. And then post this. Hide. Make this yellow. No, orange. And then maybe we get some high probability distribution schematic right here. This is how you pre-plan high probability setups in the making. And then you able to just execute when the time comes. Like, I do the same thing every single week, each week, right? Each week. If you've taken the past 5 trades that I've given out, you're probably up so much right now. The last trade that I gave out was on Teo. It ended up not playing out, but it ended up going into a higher time frame. It went to a higher time frame distribution schematic, and sometimes that happens. And that's why if you have a specific idea, like, it's okay if it gets stopped out. Maybe you're not wrong, maybe the timing is wrong, right? Because y'all can see this distribution schematic ended up playing out, but I was looking at this as a 1, a 2, and a 3, but it ended up being a 1, a 2, and then a 3 right here, where you end up getting the full rotation down, and you could have extended your target towards these lows. Right, I'm not always gonna be perfect with my timing because I'm not the market maker. You know, I'm not 100% right all the time. But we did have this supply above, and we respected that. And I seen that supply above, but at the same time, price sometimes can just not mitigate that supply above. Sometimes you just front run it, and your model gets confirmed already before mitigating it, and then you get retail starting to FOMO into short positions, and that allows price to get the full rotation down. And that's why it's important to use correct risk management. Because if I would have used correct risk management, I could have easily just taken that small loss. Okay, cool, 0.5 loss, nothing. And then maybe I could have stayed on the charts and seen that, okay, this went into a higher time frame distribution schematic, where instead it's a 45-minute. Let me delete this real quick. So If you look at structure, not a 45 minute, 30. So looking at your structure, you had a high, a low. This is just one move up because you don't have 2 consecutive bearish candles, right? And then you got a higher low for a higher high, and then you got the move down. And that's why it's important to understand market structure. So you'll pull your range from top to bottom right here, and then looking at your DL tool, you can see that this is a deviation because of the wicks, right? You got the wicks, and the wicks actually had a purpose to go higher, right? To mitigate this low time frame supply to the left. So at that moment in time, you can say, okay, that is a proper deviation. So then you can extend your range to that high. And then what happens? You end up deviating the high once more. Seeing that deviation right here on this candle, how you just deviate it, immediately get acceptance back inside. That could give you the conviction to take this trade. But the thing is, where was the market structure confirmation? Let's see. So the market structure confirmation, there was no confirmation till down here. So that's the sad part. You wouldn't have been able to take this trade because your confirmation would have been way down here. And at that point, is the risk to reward worth it? Let's see. Coming into extreme demand, you only up 1.3. Into the technical target, you're at 1.6. So you wouldn't be able to enter on the breaker structure. But we did come back and mitigate some supply that got created on the move down. And then we mitigate some supply up here. We have more supply up here that got mitigated. It's good to go over stuff like this so you can use it whenever you looking to take another trade in the future. But I'm about to get back to Doge in a second, but let me see something real quick. Okay, so this is valid structure supply. These last two bullish candles, 5 minute, it should have been a 10-minute order block, 10-minute order block or a 5-minute structure supply. We came up and we mitigated this. So this could have been an entry that you could have taken. But you got to be advanced and you got to have conviction in these trades playing out, and it just had to be in confluence. Everything has to be like in confluence with the majors. Because once you get up to the supply POI, you up 5%. Once you hit the technical target, you up 5.63%. And then you could have extended it towards these lows potentially. And then you got 7.35%. Like that's how you, but it's not so high probability, right? You can take it. You can take these trades, but these are not the trades that you want to take because they're not high probability. Like as far as the variables that make a setup high probability, these are sketchy. And if they're sketchy, you want to be like, you got to be advanced and you got to be, in the right financial status, right? You don't want to just be trying to take trades if you can't afford to like lose that money or lose that account. You know what I'm saying? You really trying to make sure you do something with the account and get consistent payouts. You won't want to risk no money on this setup because there's setups that happen that's super clean and you don't even have to second guess it, and it's like you enter it and you can go to sleep and you just sleep good at night, and it's like, price more than likely 80-90%, 70% is going to hit the technical target. And if not, then you wake up and then, or price gives you the opportunity to de-risk your position. Like right here, you don't know if price gonna give you that opportunity. Another confluence that you could have used is this low time frame distribution schematic right here, coming into like this 1, 2, 3. It's not valid 1 minute market structure because you don't have 2 consecutive bearish candles. But like on the 32nd, this is a very low time frame distribution schematic, and then you end up breaking structure back to bearish right here. So you could have even entered on that breaker structure with your stop above this high, because we shouldn't come back higher because this is extreme supply. we shouldn't come back higher. And then that's a 10 RR setup. If you extend it, if you just try to go to this demand POI, take a partial right there, you up 6%. To the technical target, you're up 7.82. That low time frame distribution schematic coming into this extreme supply, right? And then do we have demand? I don't think we had demand. Yeah, you had no demand creation. So that's even extra confluence. So now you look at it differently actually, because this is a nice return to zone. You got nice local sell side liquidity. These are variables that make it high probability, and I'm just seeing it now. You don't have no demand creation on the lower time frame. You just have local return to zone. And then you probably had range and efficiency if we look at the volume profile. Maybe. Not really. Yeah. So if you do take this trade, that's when you enter this low time frame distribution coming into supply. Nice local return to zone. You get your breaker structure confirmation. You enter. Stop above that high. As soon as you get this local pullback, and then you break structure back to bearish again, you move your stop loss to break even. And it's a risk-free trade. These are the entries that you want to take. So that's actually super clean. I'm probably going to post that, make a video on that, because that's how you can really like find setups. And like you got to be advanced for this. Once again, you can't just try to think you're going to come into trading and trade these models. You have to be advanced. You got to know what you're doing. Because it looks sketchy. If you take this setup, you got to be advanced. That's actually super clean now that I'm looking at it. And it's super clean in hindsight. Hindsight is always super clean. But just seeing this local return to zone, the breaker structure, low time frame distribution, extreme supply, it's super clean. And then technically this is the target of this distribution schematic. So this is like a magnet. Price should go down here. So I'm glad that I just went over this. I'm going to post this on YouTube as a separate video so that people can actually see like how to go about finding these setups when it looks sketchy like this. And then like if you don't want to, you don't have to. You don't have to try to find these setups. You can just wait for the ones that's picture clear. That's super clear. Alright, I need to get back to Doge. I think Doge is probably failing. If Doge fell, we probably end up having a nice setup if we get a proper confirmation on a higher time frame. See what Doge doing. Or Doge pushing back aggressively. That's why you don't want to take these type of setups that don't give you the opportunity to de-risk your position. Like I said, this could be a nice bottom on the 2 hour. If it closes bullish, it has 12 more minutes. So we got to see how it closes. But now we're getting an aggressive move towards the upside. I'm gonna screenshot this real quick so I can post this as a YouTube video. Like this is advanced setups. You gotta be advanced to find these, bro, and have that conviction. Oh, I might have to leave, chat. I might have to leave, man. Dang, bro. Maybe hold on. Let me see. Let me tell my girl to. I might tell my girl to catch the bus. Hey, baby girl. Hey, babe. Babe? Can you take the bus? Or you prefer for me to come get you?
Will you be able to take me to the interview?
Yeah.
I'll just take the bus home.
That's okay? Cause I'm streaming right now. That's why.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, I'll come get you at 1. I'll be over there at 1.
Okay.
Call me at like 12:45 or something. But I'm gonna set an alarm so I don't forget. But just call me just in case.
Yeah.
All right. Don't forget to water your plants, beautiful. All right. I'll talk to you later.
I'll talk to you
All right. Yeah, cause I gotta cook, bro. I gotta cook, bro. I'm sorry. I gotta put in this work. The work not gonna put itself in. Look, somebody. Hey, bro. This a good video, bro. This a nice short, bro. It's so advanced, bro. When I sit down, I actually analyze charts and stuff, bro. Like, it just helps me. This is back testing right now. Okay. Now, on Dogecoin, on Doge. Let's see. What do we have? Do we have volume coming in right now? No. We don't have 2 consecutive bearish candles right now. So if price start to pull back, this would be your new range. Because you could just say this is a low, this is one move higher. But then in order to confirm this as a range, we'll have to come back and tap into the equilibrium before going higher. Deviating the high, coming back, and then maybe deviating the high once more, and then breaking structure back to bearish. But right now it look like we just moving higher. Not really sure what to do right now. Yeah, we disrespecting this supply PO. I wouldn't look at this as a potential range right now. Just respecting. Probably try to see if we can get some type of redistribution coming into here. These gonna be the best plays. A redistribution coming into there, coming into there, coming up here. One of these 3. Let me go to the higher time frame. 45, 30. Okay. So this is what we looking at, chat. We're looking at this right here. I'm just gonna post this for Doge. Doge is updated. It's very clear. If you get that slow grind up and you get that nice breaking structure confirmation coming into one of these supply POIs, preferably we want this one up here. This is red because this is the one that we really want. All right, this one orange, and this one can just be like sky blue, I guess. We don't really want to put too much emphasis on that one. Red, orange, and then sky blue. I use that blue. Potentially. All right. Those are the setups that we're looking for. So now I gotta delete Doge because I gotta delete all these. Doge, a potential high probability setup in the making. Need to see a slow grind up coming into one of our high probability POIs before getting a convincing breaker structure back to bearish confirmation. could already be in a confirmed Model 1 distribution schematic, but price could always go over into a higher time frame model. So trade your high probability confirmation. Wait, high probability. Trade your confirmations, not your expectations. This is perfect. Doge is on the top of my watch list right now. Doge is on the top of the watch list. I'm actually gonna showcase that price could go over into a higher time frame, where that higher time frame would be a 2 hour. No, okay, it would be read this, and then either this, or this is orange, or this, or this is red. I'll make this blue. Okay. Doge is tough, bro. Doge, I ain't gonna lie. Let me find out, bro. Let me find out, Doge. It could already be confirmed though. It could already be confirmed. So that's why it's like, just be patient. If you don't find an entry, if this already ends up playing out, okay, cool. On to the next. Really ain't too much you can do about it. I like this one, so I gotta add VIP. When it's important, I add VIP. If y'all not in the VIP, make sure y'all join the VIP. Not gonna lie, everybody in the VIP has been eating recently, and they gonna continue to eat. Right? I blow my funded account. That doesn't mean nothing. It's not like I'm gonna give up, go away, stop giving out setups, stop making sure the team eat. No, that's just something that I personally have to work on as far as my personal trading. But me continuing to give these setups out each and every week, that is something that's gonna continue to happen regardless of my mistakes that I make in trading. I'm gonna set an alert at this market structure. Let me see. Let's set an alert. Actually, I'll keep that alert right there. I'll move this alert down here to the supply POI. And depending on what happens coming into that supply POI, will let us know if we have a nice model. Go ahead and send a screenshot to everybody. These are the alerts that you need to have. put it in the wrong place. Okay, Doge is clear. I'm gonna keep Doge open because Doge is actually clean. Gotta see what happens to Doge. I need to remember to post this tail video. More of an advanced entry for people. How to trade advanced Wyckoff schematics, TCT schematics. Hey, I'll be dead wrong if I said TDT schematics. I'll be dead wrong at that point. That'd be funny as hell, boy. I'm talking about TDT schematics. Fuck it is TDT, man. I'm the one who invited the setup. Alright. Now let's see what's going on with this chart. Let me get rid of these alerts. Keep an alert up here. This is a beautiful supply POI that we could potentially see some type of high probability schematics, high probability distribution schematics, or maybe we just squeeze through it. We'll see when the time comes. Let's see what Fartcoin doing. You from Florida? Yes, sir. I'm from Orlando, Florida. In that area. I lived in Orlando my whole life, but I lived in other parts too. Atlanta, nah. I never actually even been. I think I've been to Atlanta maybe once. I think. I could be lying. I don't even remember going to Atlanta for real. I think this may be a demand POI right here. We're going to see what it look like on the lower time frame, which is the most important thing. And let's see. Do we have any type of range creation at the high? We got a high, a low, and then we deviated right away. So I wouldn't look at that as a range. This is a range pool, a valid range pool. And you could look at your DL tool and maybe try to say that this is a deviation right now, but it's like you really don't want to be trying to look at that as a range. You prefer to just look at it as market structure. Right, price creating higher lows and higher highs. And maybe we come down and we reaccumulate right here to go higher. That'd be a beautiful play. Well, not right there, but if we have some type of demand, because right now this does not look like demand. So let's see. Got this alert set right here. We can get rid of that. We have demand down here. I think this is a valid demand POI that we can look at. I'm gonna double check it. And it looked like we got some nice liquidity down below. And I'm actually going to move that to Wednesday also. Let's see. Okay, on the lower time frame, it's not looking too good. Maybe this right here. Then we have a demand POI right here. Might be able to extend that liquidity POI since it is kind of far. Go to the lower time frame, see if we have any actual POIs that we can look for. Is this an order block? Okay, so you can use this 10-minute structure demand. Nice demand POI to the left. See if we have any more. Got liquidity. See what this liquidity looking like now. Are these demand POIs looking like? This is a valid demand POI. Nice. I think it's more refined. What's the high of this candle? 3,000. The high of this candle is 3,000. So this is valid too. More refined. Let's see, what is it? A 15-minute? 15-minute order block? No. 10-minute. 15, 10, 5. 3-minute. 2-minute. 1 minute. Okay. I wouldn't use that. I just use this 15-minute order block. That last bearish candle before the aggressive expansion towards the upside, leaving inefficiency. Also, we have demand below, or liquidity, but I think we have demand above right here. Structure demand. Let's see what it looks like on the lower time frame. On the lower time frame, it don't look clean, so I wouldn't use this. Let's see. What about this? Nope. The high of this candle is 30.75. The high of this candle 30.75, but it's already mitigated. Yeah, so I would just say that all this is just sell side liquidity. Of course, you don't have to target that low all the way down there, but do we have any demand up here? No. Is this demand? No. I'm on a 1 minute. There is demand up here, but it's liquidity below. This is a 1 minute demand POI that we can be aware of. But we just got to be aware that, I mean, we could bounce from here and get a higher low for a higher high, potentially, and never go back and grab these lows. I will look at this as the liquidity POI, actually. Let's see. No, I will look at this one. This the more closest liquidity POI. If we start to fail, if we if this demand POI start to fail, then this is the most obvious liquidity POI that you could target. And everything else is just probably going lower to go mitigate demand. Then you got more sell side liquidity below. I could put the liquidity right here in the middle. Could do that. But these is triple lows right here. These are triple lows, so I'll keep it up there. And then I'll move it to Wednesday. Okay. But right now, I don't see no high probability ranges or anything like that. So it's nothing really too much to look at, but these are just the POIs that we have marked out right now. Let me drink some water real quick. Extend these. I can actually extend it because it's not that far, and I still can see the liquidity POI. And I'll go to the hourly, and this is what we're looking at. Oh, you're loving, would it be looking to trade fart coin right now? No high probability setups, nothing to look at for real. We just creating higher lows and higher highs right now. But sooner or later, if you get that high probability distribution schematic, especially if it comes right here, your target should not be the low. Your target should be way down here. You should start to target lower because this is just nice return to zone. And then if you look to the left of us, we are creating lower highs and lower lows, right? So you could expect a lower high for a lower low. So make sure y'all keep that in mind. If y'all looking to take if we end up getting a high probability distribution schematic, of course you can always TP at the technical target, but understand that we looking for extended take profits. We're not gonna fully TP. In this situation, you probably want to like take a 30% TP for if you don't really have no worries with money and stuff, and you're not trying to like get a payout or anything, then take a 30% TP just for sake of de-risking your position. And then if you end up getting that high probability setup, hey, you can extend your target, and then you can get a nice payout at the end of the month, depending on if it go down there, right? If BTC accumulation fails and USDT distribution schematic fails, potential lower high, lower low, potential lower low target, potential lower high for lower low target. Tell me that you know. Yeah, this looks super clean. If we get that high probability setup, this gonna be tough. Oh baby, would you really ride for me? Would you die for me? Spend your whole life with me? Always hold me down. Baby, would you really ride for me? I want to know, would you stick around? Alright, this is tough. This is very tough. I actually like this. We just got to get the right confirmations, though. You got to trade your confirmations, not your expectations. Alright, fart coin updated. Let's post these charts. Make sure y'all go show love on the post on X. To price. Could lead to price. What is it? 2353. Fart coin tough. Got to keep an eye out on fart coin, chat. No cap. We do not have to come towards this supply POI, right? But if we do, that's good. That's gonna be extra, like, fuel needed to get that full rotation. Babies should have known this. Always forever. Alright, fart coin updated until I'm 6 feet in the moon or 6 feet in my tomb. I want to see if this plays out, bro. If you get a lower high for a lower low right here and you did take this, that's when you de-risk your position. I'm going to keep an eye out on it right now. Okay, fart coin clear. XRP. We got a small reaction from this supply POI, but now we currently just squeezing through it. Oh, we did squeeze through it. So when we squeeze through it, I'll use this as a liquidity POI instead of a supply POI now. If we start to get acceptance back inside. So see how we grabbed the liquidity and then we started coming back inside a little bit. I use this as liquidity. Where did we actually reject from? Let me get some water. I don't think we rejected from supply. Instead, we grabbed more liquidity to the left. Looked like it. Yeah, no supply, just more liquidity. So now I'll get rid of that liquidity and then I'll see if we have any supply POIs up above. We have this supply POI. What's the low of this candle? 5740. The high of this candle is 5740. So this is mitigated, technically speaking. See what it looks like on the lower time frame. On the 3 minute, 2 minute. Yeah. It's a 2 minute like order block, I guess you can say. I'll mark it, but I mean, I think we probably already mitigated it right now. So let's see if we have anything else above. Okay, so we got this last supply order block, this last aggressive expansion towards the outside. Last bullish candle before the aggressive expansion towards the downside. And then we have nothing but buy side liquidity resting above. Got some highs, like 4 highs up above. I put significant interest, or I'll look at this supply as a good supply POI. Let me see. I'll put importance on this supply POI. Not this one though. This one is like we either like we respect it or we're going higher to go grab liquidity. Okay. I just wanted you to know you're all I want. Wait. Okay, that's too far. Did we mitigate it? We didn't mitigate the supply. Okay. Actually, I might be able to put significance on it. Importance on it. Cause we didn't mitigate it. I'll look at this one. Let's see. I'll move it to Sunday next week. Sunday. Boom. I'll get rid of this since we got liquidity up here. And then see what we have on a lower time frame. We tried to break structure back to bearish. We fell in to break it. What's our higher time frame structure? Let's start from the higher time frame. We have 30-minute structure. We got a lower high for a lower low, but that's not really a breaking structure. Our higher time frame breaking structure would be way down here, which would be a 30-minute market structure break, 45. So it'll be a 45-minute market structure low. Shout out to everybody in the stream. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all boys getting that free game on, bro. Go stupid. If you're on the stream right now, you obviously want to learn how to trade, how to be consistent in these markets. I respect you, because you could be doing anything right now, you know what I'm saying? Instead, you listening to me talk about these charts and update charts. Now, breaking our lower market structure low, this would be our lower market structure low, which would be right here. We kind of SFP'd it. And then we got a breaker structure right here. I guess you can say it's one candle close and then immediately coming back. I wouldn't look at it as a breaker structure, but at the same time, it is a close below, which is kind of technically speaking about a market breaker structure. And then maybe we come up here and we create a redistribution schematic. It do look like we create a nice sell side liquidity below. On a higher time frame, what's this? Is this a valid range pull? So this is a valid range pull from top to bottom. Set an alert at this high. Set an alert at this low. We have any more alerts? XRP. We have an alert down here at this liquidity. Don't need that right now. And we don't need this. Only need 2 alerts right now so far. Okay. We wrote this structure back to bullish. This could develop into something high probability. Not gonna lie. This looks like it's developing into something. Just got a message. You know. This is basically trend line sell side liquidity. be there for you. Just don't know. Okay. Then we bounce from demand down here. Yes, we did. Slash. Wait, right here. We have demand below. Nothing but sell side liquidity till we get demand down here. This is a liquidity POI. We all have our mistakes. Don't be so ashamed. This is like double demand. Like, this is that last extreme demand. Make this one 18. And this is that first one. Matter of fact, this one probably should be 18 because it's the first level of support. And then this one be 6. Okay. You could say that this is low-key trying to distribute right here, but I would just look at the higher time frame distribution for the highest probability setup. So this is what we're looking at on XRP. As far as this liquidity POI, I'm gonna pull this over here so you can see it. $40-minute market structure low. All we need is to push up, deviate this high, come back lower, come up. We could even go as high as this liquidity and then break structure aggressively. Something like this would be clean. Cause I said, Lord, something like this would be clean. It looked like it's trying to distribute right here. Like right here with the 1, the 2, and then the 3. Won't put too much significance on it, but just be aware of it. Send alert at the high and the low, and you good. There's nothing much to do right now. Stay patient. If you dance me too, cause I got much to lose. Cause you ain't bulletproof. Can't clear through. I see the clear view. All the time I wait, you wait for me. You know. And didn't notice. I won't waste no time. Always no time when it comes to you. Put my pride aside, give it all. Girl, I won't waste no time. I won't waste my time when it comes to you. Put my pride aside, give it all to you. Looking for some happiness again. Fame changed everything. No, I don't sleep late at night. I still sleep with my fire. I had nightmares of them taking my life. Sometimes I sit and remember, but my life was never simple. When I was 14, how you don't know me? This rap shit chose me. This shit changed my life. I feel it can't be right. Always working how I'm supposed to. Can't be too social. Cause she dangerous. She wanna be famous. How the fuck we went from lovebirds to strangers? Tell me how that work, girl. I'm gonna keep this one on my chart. XRP and Doge. These are the ones that we want to be looking at right now. Doge and XRP, high probability so far. We need to continue that slow grind down, and that'll be nice. Teo is just a video that I need to post, so I use this chart. Solana. Hey Siri. My Hey Siri ain't working. Yeah. Wait. Oh, I gotta leave soon, chat. I gotta leave very soon, so I can't update all these charts like I want to, but let me see. Pepe. What is this? Sui. Hold on now. We got Sui and we got Whiff. I think I'm gonna try to update Sui real quick. So we kind of look like it could potentially turn into something. So let's see. I was back to back doing shows, while I ran away. I ain't had nowhere else to stay. So baby, let's get it jumping. We got a tail. Used to hate me coming. Yeah. They say you reap what you sow, baby. I bet they understand. was a boy trying to be man, trapped in the cold world with my heart in my hands. Is this it? I don't think this is it. Let me see. Who got stuck up that road? Nah, he stuck all alone. I wanna do they know how fast we had to grow. Our parents only children, bless our granny's soul. And I'm written up to millions, but I want some more. We haven't met before. We just got an aggressive move towards the upside. Let's see if market makers start filling their positions to push price lower. And if this is a deviation, then we potentially have a distribution schematic in the making on XRP. We just got to see right now. You want to see market makers start to step in, push price lower. Let me change this to gray and black. I can't see why I was. Yeah, you see the volume coming in right now? You want to see this be a deviation. This is what you want to see. This showcases market makers filling their positions. So now all we have to do, if we actually continue to get that move down, is get rid of this room for error, come back up, preferably a model 1 tapping into this supply POI, and then breaking structure back to bearish. What I chose to do, easy. And we probably can extend it towards to this low. Maybe. XRP looks like the best play right now, but I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. Look me in my eyes, you see I got no choice but to grind. Listen, I ain't stop running. I promise it's the life of a soldier. Life of a soldier, yeah. Life of a soldier, yeah. It nice to be alone, but I'm living. Maybe I'll go to prison. Met death at 16, and then I ain't stopped running, I promise. Life of a soldier, yeah, yeah, yeah. Life of a soldier, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. I ain't gonna lie. Either XRP or Doge. Those are the two you should be looking at. Not gonna lie. What kind of woman you is? What kind of man you like? What kind of you like to do to make you feel alright? Your people tripping, my people tripping. Let's catch a flight. Yeah, and we be going for some days. It's better chasing paper. I be going for some days. But baby, it's the baddest. I want you here to stay. You with buses, baby, come and be my girl. Life of a youngin', baby, come get in my world. City to city on the road chasing money. You should come chase it with me. You want to see volume? Step in. High volume spikes. XRP and Doge. And then Sui, I think. Maybe. Let's see what Sui looks like. I can't leave Sui out because Sui could be a good one. We just got to see. And Sui got a nice volume profile also. Kinda. So like I said, when supply is disrespected, I look at it as a supply grab, a liquidity grab, I'm going to say. Let's see where our third top POIs are. This will be our extreme liquidity POI. Unfortunately, actually this could be a confirmed model too, but it looks sketchy. Yeah, it looks sketchy, really sketchy. Let's see, we have supply. No supply creation. Yeah, I will use this as my extreme liquidity on a higher time frame. I probably wouldn't be looking to take Sui. I think the best setups right now from the TPTA that I've done. Ada looks good. Ada. God, Trump going stupid. God damn. Shit. MNT. MNT could be confirmed already. It looked like it. I don't know if I don't even want to look at Aster ever again. After this crazy pump in there, it just filled the entire pump. Boy, crypto. Like with these low time frame schematics, bro, I'm about to start taking 80% TPs every time and secure my profits. Bro, forget trying to get extended targets. Like, nah, I'm just gonna stick to the regular target. Fully close 80%. Leave like a 20% or close. Yeah, at least a 20%. 80-20. 80-20 would be nice. But no more than 80-20. Either close the whole position or close 80% and leave a 20% running for extended prices or extended targets, and then have my stop loss and profit. Okay, that's the end of the stream, man. Shout out to everybody who joined. Appreciate everybody who tuned in. Hopefully, I was able to gain some type of knowledge, some free game, how I go about looking for setups, how I do my TA. Right now, the setups that you should be trying to look at was XRP if we start to get acceptance back inside this range. And then obviously Doge if we start to come towards this supply POI that got created right here. Low key, I think Doge would be the best opportunity. Or XRP. I would say Doge because Doge is kind of already in a confirmed distribution schematic. So technically speaking, you could just wait for a mitigation of this supply and put your stop above here. And then target lower for a potential 10% gain. I'm on my way, baby girl. But alright, chat. I'm finna go, man. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Make sure I hit that subscribe button. Make sure y'all follow me on X. And if y'all not already in the VIP mentorship, join the VIP mentorship. Streams like this will be happening daily. And it will be given out to the VIP members. And I'll be answering all the questions they have, helping them improve and become better traders, and just giving them setups. Even if you just want to join and just take the setups that I give out, you can also do that. But yeah, I'm gonna catch y'all in the next stream. It's me, your boy Markel Simons. Make sure y'all check out my X and go show love on all my tweets. I'm actually gonna post my link right now. Hello? Hey baby girl, I'm on my way. About to leave right now. Okay, I'll see you in a little bit. Yeah, y'all go to my X, man. Go spam them all the tweets that I just posted, man. Go show love. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Yeah, just go drop a like, comment, if you see something that you like on your TA for that specific pair, you can comment, quote, you know what I'm saying, all that. Just show love, and yeah, just know that we're gonna keep working and we're gonna keep going. It's that simple. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next stream. It's me and boy Markel Simons, aka K4, and I'm gone. Peace.